I've never really finished this build. Maybe when trade comes out, I can really customize the gear a bit more. I don't play a whole lot of last Epoch, but this is a minion build, needless to say. Everything's converted to ice. I have an ice golem. I have 7 ice arrow archers. I have 1 non-archer. And then I have 3 ice skeleton mages. Cryomancers. I'll go over the setup in a bit. Just showing some gameplay footage to start. I have a movement skill, which is part of my summoning skill for my skeletal mages, which teleports a bunch of minions with me, so I can pull them forward at all times. I'm actually going to go into how I screwed that up later. I tried crafting and kind of messed it up. I'm just running an Echo here. It's in level 85 area, and I'm level 77, so the build's doing well. It could be optimized a bit more, and maybe as time goes on, especially when trade comes out, like I say, play around with it a bit more. Of course, when you complete an Echo, you get 2 rewards, as long as you don't die in the Echo. These are just nothing but tomes of experience. Nothing really. Alright, so minions are very fun in Last Epoch, a lot of fun to play. Basically, we have the skeletons using Ice Arrow, and I've converted most everybody over to skeletons, archers, so I don't use very many rogues. And then the skeleton ice mages, and then I got the ice golem set up, where everything's converted to cold. And then I've got these 2 necrotic spell skills, and I kind of synergize the 2. Hungering Souls is the main one. I use Spirit Plague as well. That's fairly new to the setup, but it does seem to help. I have this set item here, and just scaling minion damage all over. Got a good unique amulet. Everything has to be farmed. There's no trade. And I won't go into the idols themselves, but I did get all my reses capped. There's just showing the tree if you want to be inspired by a cold minion setup. It is a lot of fun to play. Definitely want to grab this over here. And I'm working on grabbing this, so I have 4 instead of 3. Again, I'm only level 77. So I went to upgrade my boots randomly. You can open the forge anywhere, of course, up to tier 5. And then I paused and I said, do I really need cooldown speed? I'm a minion build. And so I realized, hey, I probably don't need that. Let me go ahead and use a Glyph of Chaos to re-roll it into something else, and it'll automatically be a tier 5. Got cold res, so that looks good. However, I quickly realized, hey, I'm getting all my cold res from my tree pretty much. I'm not really getting cold res from anywhere else, my idols or my gear. And so it's kind of a mistake, because I came to realize, hey, I'm super capped on cold now for no reason. I can't really get rid of anything. I thought, hey, with the cold I can replace a ring or something. And I lost cooldown recovery. And so I decided to make new boots, or try to at least. Grab these here with the tier 6 health. And whenever you have a situation like this, you want to go and use a Rune of Discovery, because it's free. You don't waste any forging potential whenever you have open affixes with otherwise good bases, especially the tier 6, the purple items. I got strength, which I don't really need. That's armor based, and dex I really don't need for the setup, because that's dodge, and this is not a dodge build. So I'm gonna try to re-roll these guys here. See, that's how dex works in this game. I needed intelligence and I needed vitality. Got attunement, which is not terrible. Attunement can be helpful. But I was like, let me get rid of this. I'm trying to hit something minion, you know, or if you can. Here's vitality, which is pretty good. Kept Glyph of Chaosing it. Okay, movement speed. That's critically important, right? Any shoes. So I got dex, unfortunately, and it's stuck now. You can't get to tier 6 unless it falls that way. For now. Who knows how they'll change the game with patches in the future. Okay, I got cooldown recovery speed, which was great. And so right here I'm going to demo the cooldown speed here. And not having it. See, not good. There is a difference. So cooldown recovery rate actually is pretty critical. pretty important, even for the minion build, because of the way I'm using my movement skill and pulling my minions forward. I've made new boots, even though these don't have any tier 6. I wanted to get better cooldown recovery. Got the movement speed. I didn't care about the deck, so I wanted to get rid of it, get something better. I got tier 3, and then I ran out of shards. I didn't have the shards, so I can go farm shards. Or, of course, in this circumstance, you can also find an item. I didn't have any, so I just took the ones I weren't going to use, because there's no trade anyway. And I was like, okay. Get rid of Glyph of Hope, which is what you normally use for almost everything. And let's just use the Rune of Shattering and reclaim these shards. So that's what you can do also, is break down items. And so, yep. Go back to here and get that at least to tier 4. Use a Glyph of Hope, I always do. Because you can always reroll implicits and stuff if you have leftover forging potential.